our Korean War, and we start the battle deaths and unbattled deaths and wounded for the war from 50 to 53. And we like to depict the Korean, of course, about 74% of Korea is mountainous. They have that part. But this is what we come from the water. We had the first jets combat that started in Korea. We had the 3.5 rocket launcher. That was new in that, and that really saved us. It really was good. We had just got them into our company, and we had a task force Lynch that we crossed into enemy territory after they broke out at Incheon. And we had that, but there 10 tanks attacked our column. And they got quite a few vehicles that they run over and everything, but that really saved us. That took out the tanks right away. Our smaller one would just go ahead and it just stopped. But then we had a lot of tank traffic. We had over our rivers over there, we had the pontoons.
They look just like the statues from at the National Korean War.
And that's the way
Memorial.
most addressed it. It was more of an infantry war like it was on that, but that's what we.
But I kind of never understood the what do you call it, the cape drape?
Poncho.
Poncho.
The
Oh,
poncho,
whoopsie.
yeah.
Yes.
The steel helmets.
Is it because it rained a lot?
Right.
Oh, it rained and everything, but you used it also as a half a tent sometimes.
Oh.
But it not only that, so it wouldn't get rain.
But I mean, it wasn't that they weren't used in World War II nor in
They were used
Vietnam.
because all our equipment was left over World War II. A lot of it outseat, a lot of it were stored away and stuff, but they remodeled. So we didn't have all the hardware that they had at the end, and it was radios did not work because of the mountains country. But then, of course, you know the helicopter, that's MASH. That MASH is probably promoted in Korea more than any other thing, even though it was different tactics on
And
it.
of course, the TV MASH kind of made it popular.
That's the one that really helped promote our guys from there. And then in the wintertime, it got cold up in the north. As you can see, we started with the rice paddies, and then we went up north during the cold winter. And up north, in North Korea, it got below 30 below zero. And if you don't have the dress for it, you don't heat up so many people froze their feet and stuff like that. And we got the part of the dog in the latter part of the war. The dog became a very important part. And I have a Korean War friend, and he had a dog on that. He said, if you trust the dog, you stayed alive. But if you didn't trust the dog, then you had a very good chance of not staying alive.
Excuse me. Which breed of dogs
Well, they're all breeds of dog, but
were used?
yeah.
I mean, were
But I didn't ever work with them myself. But they use other one. But
like
those-
German Shepherds?
German Shepherd probably is the most common recognized.
the
one.
canines.
That would be.
Wow. Again, I want from here to just look at how grand in scale this
Up front,
memorial is.
Soldiers Field Veteran Memorial, we call that the War Remembrance. You might want to get a better
Yes.
picture of
Because
that.
that's what we're trying to do right now, to build a wall of remembrance in
And
Washington, D.C.
That has all our veterans who died in the military, and there's over 2,500 names that are on there.
There's all Minnesotans.
No, it only covers Rochester and a 50-mile radius of Rochester. And you think of that, 2,550 plus there.
So I know how many Minnesotans died, but how many from Rochester died in the Korean War? Do you know?
Well, that is hard for us to go. I hate to say this, but there's only a known one, but we know there's more than that, but we haven't really, when they're put on it. Most of the people died during the Civil War, which was surprising. They had more deaths than they had non-battle deaths. I'll get that. They had more non-battle deaths than they did for died in combat. And that's statistics on the wall too. But there's, just think of Rochester, 50-mile radius of Rochester. Names.
I just want to end by pointing out one statue here. It's the woman and children. But it's actually the woman and her child, but she's, I think, looking up into the sky because she just received the letter that her son has, or her husband has died. Yes, regret to inform that he was killed in action. And it says right behind here, the grief and tragedy of war. The devastating moment when families first learn their loved one was killed defending our freedom. So again, thank you so much.
Let's go back and show you. Just look how, I mean, just have two things that we feel that very proud of. On all our pavers, which we have over 6,000 of them, we have no rank on any of the pavers. The pavers from, most of them are from Minnesota, southern east Minnesota area. But we also have some pavers who live now in overseas, different places, so they're here from all over the world. We have the two pavers of the Mayo Clinic, not the founder, well, the founder also, plus his two sons. So we have those, which I can show you that. But that was one of the things. The other thing that